Let's start with the bottom line here. President Biden, what is his job approval rating? We measure it now at 40%, with 57% disapproving. The significance, that is the lowest President Biden has ever measured in our poll in terms of job approval. And just look at the sea change from the start of this year. Remember, early this year, Democrats coming off a strong 2022 midterm. He was almost even. Now he's 17 points underwater on this question.
Significant dip there, Steve.
It is. And you can actually, if you take a look here by party, I think it's significant for two reasons. One, independents, obviously, more than 2-to-1 disapprove. You don't want to be there as an incumbent president. But I think equally significant, no surprise, 7% of Republicans approve of Joe Biden's job performance, but 3 times as many Democrats, 21%, that's more than 1 in 5, say they disapprove. You need much more unified support in your own party if you're going to have a successful re-election campaign.
Well, there you have it. US President Joe Biden's approval rating has dropped to the lowest level of his presidency. The latest national NBC News poll has found his approval rating is sitting at 40%. And looking at the statistics, his handling of foreign policy is the key issue. The majority of voters disapprove of his handling of foreign policy. Only 33% of voters approve of it, which is down 8 points from September. The Israel-Hamas war is having a negative impact on Biden's chance of re-election. 56% of voters disapprove of his handling of the conflict. Democratic pollster Jeff Howard of Hart Research Associates says Joe Biden is at a uniquely low point in his presidency, and a significant part of this, especially within the Biden coalition, is due to how Americans are viewing his foreign policy actions. Jeff Howard went on to say he cannot recall another time in history when foreign affairs not involving US troops transformed the American political landscape. But between now and November 5, 2024, there's the potential for more political surprises to come, which could see the political landscape transform again. The poll also found Biden is behind Donald Trump 44% to 46% in a hypothetical general election rematch. And for younger voters, Trump emerged on top, 46% to 42% over Biden. It comes as Texas Governor Greg Abbott officially endorsed former President Trump for the GOP primary nomination at an event honouring service members stationed on the Texas border. He posted on X, "Today I am proud to endorse Donald J. Trump for president. Now more than ever, America needs a president who will secure the border and prioritise national security. President Trump is a clear choice to get the job done." Donald Trump has promised to address illegal immigration at the southern border through the largest domestic deportation operation in American history.
We're going to make the jobs in this state very, very easy. We're going to take over that border and we're going to make it. We had the most secure border in our history. Now we have the most unsecure border in the history, I believe, really, of the world. I don't think there's ever been a country in history that's had a border where millions and millions and millions of people are flowing into our country.
Well, the Governor Abbott endorsement today is huge because Donald Trump delivered on the border before, and Governor Abbott knows that Donald Trump is the best candidate to deliver and secure the border once again. And as Aaron noted, that Governor Reynolds endorsement, clearly it hasn't helped very much. I think it's well past time for Team DeSantis to accept the reality that Ron DeSantis has no practical path to the Republican nomination. He is down more than 30 points in Iowa. He is running behind Chris Christie in New Hampshire. He's in 5th place, and he is not beating Joe Biden in the general election either. As a matter of fact, NBC News released a poll today that was conducted by Ron DeSantis' campaign pollster, Public Opinion Strategies, and it has Donald Trump beating Joe Biden. So stop selling this fake reality to the American public. Ron DeSantis has no chance at winning this nomination. He should go back to doing what he was elected to do, which is govern the great state of Florida, unify around President Trump, so we can take this fight to Joe Biden, who is fundamentally destroying America as we know.
Donald Trump remains the Republican Party frontrunner. He's skipped every Republican debate so far, and the next one is scheduled for the 6th of December.
I've never heard the term, Trump-free zone, but that's essentially what it is. And what they're doing, Laura, is making the case that if something were to happen to Donald Trump, either he gets hit by an asteroid or, more likely, ends up sitting in jail, that maybe at that point, the Republican primary electorate, the voters in the Republican primary might say, you know what, as much as we like Donald Trump, he can't win while he's sitting in jail. So maybe we'll go support Ron DeSantis or Nikki Haley. The difficulty with that argument is that our court system is relatively slow here. The chances of Donald Trump actually being convicted before he merits enough support for the Republican nomination is almost zero. So it's more likely that regardless of the criminal investigations, Trump is going to be the Republican nominee.